Hello world, it's your guy, Bad Dexter here for another review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 4, Episode 10. Let's get into it. So the episode starts with Heather looking at the space for her bad Mormon party. Then they cut to Angie with her white and pink dog Celia, super cute. Now we have Lisa linking with Whitney at Whitney's house. Lisa can't get to the gate. Lisa can't get the gate open, and Whitney makes me want to make charcuterie. Heather FaceTimes in and asks Lisa to sing her hot track Away in a Manger to the crowd at the party. Whit wants to know what the fuck happened between Lisa and Monica at the Prism event because they were screaming the entire time. Whitney is more upset with Lisa because of her event etiquette, and they flash back to Whit's event etiquette, especially at Coach Shaw's 50th birthday party. Boom. She had a cash bar with no food, so she should be ashamed of herself. Whitney is just giving it to Lisa like it's all her fault. She was arguing with herself. Like, no way. Is Angie scared of Lisa? Like, is Lisa triggered over Angie being cool with Monica? Lisa doesn't get them being cool because Lisa was only defending Angie. Whit thinks Lisa can only see what Lisa sees, or else you're against her in her book. Then Whitney starts reprimanding Lisa for her language, and the kids can hear, but Whitney needs to simmer down and not act brand new from all the things we've heard about her. You know what I mean? And Whitney thinks the kids are upset, but nobody cares. Only Brooke saw and most likely wanted to clock the tea. Justin isn't home. Lisa is an adult that you don't need to repeatedly scold over a few bad words in front of preteens. I'm sure they've heard worse at school when someone says, some shit. Right. Also, she understood. So move the fuck on. She said understood. So don't make your guests feel uncomfortable. That's bad manners. Next, we jump to Heather going to Mary Martha's house. Mary's decor is just like her personality, with Dr. Seuss chairs, green carpets, Chanel pillows, hella giant containers of gumballs, Tiffany blue here and there. Mary says she has always felt spiritually connected to Heather. Oh, really? But that sounds fugazi and weird to me. Her ulterior motive is to find out what Heather said about her in the book. Mary thinks she wants to be holy and dark-sided, even though she never really got to know her because she was always under Jen. Heather lost all her community, especially since writing her book. Mary skimmed through Heather's book, but only really read her parts. Heather then reads what she wrote about Mary, and it wasn't a lie or bad. Mary doesn't think anything she says or does is harsh, then Heather lets her know how. Mary says Heather doesn't know how she looks inbred. She admits it to her face and proceeds to snort laugh in her confessional. Like, she's so fucking mean. We don't need her. Don't bring her back. Just keep her ass in her closet. How could that not bother her, Mary? Like, come on now. Mary apologizes, but we'll see how long that lasts. Allegedly, Mary is proud of Heather. So there's that. Now we have Meredith figuring out how to set up her podcast over Zoom. I hate Zoom completely because of COVID. Completely turned off. Fuck that shit. FTS. Fuck that shit. Meredith and Seth have a joint podcast. They start talking about their wedding. They have a post-nup 15 years after marrying. No prenup. Meredith made sure she was set because Seth was not about to have her moving to Utah from Chicago with 3 kids with nothing, because divorce isn't favorable for women in Utah, so she made sure to not be broke and destitute. This shit got deep real fast. The post-nup was strictly about custody, no money. They were real unhappy together at some point. I remember when Seth missed Brooke's first fashion show only because him and Meredith were having issues, and I was like, what the fuck, father? How about your kid? Seth begins to break down over his past transgressions of not being the best dad and not being there when he was needed most. He apologizes and took full responsibility. And the whole time they weren't even recording. That sucked. Next, we go to Monica with her girls at their house, and here rolls up Vovo, LD millionaire. Zero communication since the last dinner, and they all don't want her in the house. Make sure to latch the lock once Monica goes out to talk to her. LD thinking bringing the car back is a gift / peace offering, but Monica isn't having it. you know, and Monica should have let her keep it. You know what I mean? Well, I heard it's probably because the car note was due. That's probably why she rolled that car back in the driveway. LD says this is to get her attention. Girl, you're toxic as fuck. Fuck off. LD wants to go to therapy to get her back on track with Monica, but wants to think about it because they already did therapy years ago. LD shows up to therapy not honest, therefore nothing ever gets fixed. I fully get it because I can't fuck with somebody that doesn't live in their truth and walk in their honesty. You know what I mean? So speaking of walking, Monica takes the car and makes LD walk home. Good thing it was a pretty day though. Now we have Heather coming for her first book event to start off her tour. Here comes Lisa first. Heather is having a living room vibe. Everyone comes looking gorgeous. Angie comes in being ignored by Lisa. Monica wants a cocktail without Vita, but good luck because it looks like Lisa sponsored. Monica fills Meredith in on what happened in the Prism event, and she's feeling like she's defending herself. Mare feels like responses are better than reactions or something like that. But yeah, I don't necessarily think that Monica has started anything really. Lisa performing a rendition of her song and calling it a hit single is so hilarious to me. Loves it for her. It was funny, but it didn't sound so bad. Then Meredith brings the stage to life with her local vocal choir. As Lisa raps to the crowd, I completely died and felt out. Lisa loves her some Lisa, and I'm here for it. Heather reads an excerpt from her book. It's very touching to hear her story. Monica starts reminiscing about growing up feeding the missionaries, so she feels connected to Heather in that regard. Heather is surprised how much people love the book. She wants to write many more books. Heather and Lisa get to chat. They came together about Jack's mission with Lisa's different understanding of Heather. Heather feels healed after this conversation. Next, we have Angie, Monica, and Meredith at the bar. Angie keeps coming for Meredith. Now it's getting desperate at this point. Angie keeps throwing shade and pressing the issue. Girl, like, move on. Meredith isn't running away. You're just hella annoying at this point. Heather talks to her girls about her book and wanting to write more. Georgia and Annabelle are super resilient and supportive. Now we're back to Lisa feeling blindsided with Angie, so they think I was feeling blindsided with Angie, so they link at Lisa's house to talk. Angie felt overwhelmed about the prison party, and Lisa doesn't understand Monica's issue. Lisa is bothered at Angie talking shit about Monica, but being cool with her in everyone's face. The optics don't match the conversations. Angie and Monica had a woman-to-woman sit-down, so things left good, therefore trying to move forward with resolve. Angie admits to being wishy-washy and thinks it's subconscious. Angie being a weak, afraid liar is not Lisa's fault, and that's all on you. People pleasers can stay the fuck away from me because a friend to everyone is a friend to no one. Lisa doesn't feel Angie is honest anymore. Lisa's still healing from some things. Lisa wants her friends to be open and always honest. Angie is concerned for Lisa's feelings, and that's why she was holding things, but that needs to cease moving forward. So that's where the episode ends, you guys, and it was all a good episode. The next episode looks amazing too. So you guys stay tuned for more to come. I'm your guy, Bad Dexter, aka Sexy Dex. Yes, please like, share, subscribe here on YouTube. I'm Alan Poindexter on Facebook, BADD_Dexter on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. So please stay tuned for everything that I have to come. This was the review. Yeah, so Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 4, episode 10. There you have it.